So I'm getting ready to put my coil packs back in. I've got my coil packs and I've got my coil pack bolts. These go in, and when they're torqued up, they go 5 to 7 Newton meters. That's 4 to 5.5 foot-pounds. So really a delicate. You're going to have to use a small baby torque wrench to be able to do that. Another tip is, as with the spark plugs, I'm just going to put a daub of oil on the first couple of threads and work that around so that they don't go in dry. And then here's the coil pack. Not much to do with it. I did want to give you a piece of advice. When you're putting them in, they're going to feel like they're fighting you as you're pushing them down, like, oh, I'm mangling the connection to the top of the plug. Well, I wanted to show you the plug tip goes in no problem at all into the coil and then slides into the boot. This is not where the resistance comes from. It's this tapered bit at the top of the connection where these little ribs are squishing into the cylinder head. So if you're going to lube something, you would lube up here, but honestly it doesn't resist that much, so I'm just going to, you wiggle them down carefully. So I'll show you that on the car in a sec. Alright, in this segment I'm going to show you how to actually physically reinstall the coil packs into the car. It's pretty simple. So I have my coil packs prepared. So you just basically gently align your coil pack and drop it down the cylinder. And remember, I mentioned in the preparation step that it's going to feel a little stiff as it goes in, just because it's going, the seals are kind of working their way in. So basically push that one down. And that one I did without, and all the rest I could do without the electrical connected. But a tip here is the front one, there won't be enough clearance. So as you get this one started, put your electrical on first. And then work it into place. And next I'm going to grab my 7mm bolts and scoop them around till they engage by hand. And you have to kind of push the rubber around a little bit to get it to line up. And you could choose, as I'm going to do in this one, to have that electrical off. And I'll pop that electrical off just for safety's sake. I guess I can't at this point, so. And then just to get them down, I'm going to use a speed driver to save a little time. This isn't going to be the final torque. Switch over to a small ratchet. Again, I'm not doing a final torque, but I just want to take up the sloppy stuff and stop before it gets really tight. And then I'm going to switch over to my 1/4" torque wrench, which I have set to 6 Newton meters. The range was 5 to 7 in the factory workshop manual, so I'm going to go with 6. Use your brain here. If it doesn't click or something, don't go tightening crazy. It should just be a little amount of torque. There it comes. Alright. Because you are compressing the rubber, so it does go a fair ways. Right, here it comes. And that's it. Final check, slip on my electrical, check that they're all tight. And that's it. Next up is putting back on the spark plug cover.